Hello, welcome in everybody to AEL High School Marvel Rivals Term 1 here for our high school competition. It's me, Mattse, coming at you all by myself today, and pleasure to be taking you through all of the action. So definitely going to be some pretty exciting games, you know. I think we've got a lot of competitive matches in store. It's been great to see the teams level up slowly but surely as the weeks progress, or the term progresses for that matter. And yeah, very excited to see how they will continue to develop heading towards the term's end eventually. Should be all good fun. Speaking of good fun though, make sure you check out some of our sponsors. So first and foremost, a big shout out to AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provides best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. So big shout out to AGON by AOC there. But let we not forget, big shout out to HyperX and Officeworks. So power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. When you need speed, control, and zero distractions, Officeworks has got the tech. Discover gaming gear made to handle serious play. So a big shout out to HyperX and Officeworks there. But let's also not forget Indomie, the noodle partner. Made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices, a plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. So big shout out to each and every one of our sponsors there. You know them, and we appreciate them a lot. So thank you so much to each and every one of our sponsors there once again. But we've got Marvel Rivals that we're going to be looking at today. So get very excited for what's on its way, everybody. The first game of the day is going to be SPLC Panthers taking on Padua Marvels here. So very excited to see what both of these teams are going to be fully capable of, to be honest. You know, I've seen great things coming out from both of them, as I said before, as the term progresses. So keen to see what they are going to be looking like today as well. Speaking of which, I think our first map is going to be Celestial Husk, and we're going to be getting straight into this endeavor here. So look forward to it, everybody. Here we go. And there we have it. It's time to play on into the draft. So the draft is kicking off with a bang there. Immediate focus towards the Vanguard Angela. So do not want to deal with that at all on the Padua Marvel side. But SPLC Panthers, one and the same. They've got their focus immediately onto the Iron Man there, and will be looking to take on the Bucky Protect. So pretty solid foundation being laid by our teams here, and very eager to see what these games are going to bring. Because, you know, we got best of threes here today, so the team's not here to mess around. They're here to hit the ground running. Speaking of, it's going to be a Gambit ban coming through for our third one here. So we'll not be seeing the Raging Royal Flush coming through. No team-ups with Rogue or anything of the like. And next ban on the card for the SPLC Panthers here is going to be the Magneto. So not going to be seeing the Master of the Skies in some ways, or the Master of the Meteors will be taken away with immediate effect. So Protect will be onto the Invis though. Definitely can get a lot of healing output out of that strategist there. Be able to really become a server admin in some ways. Well, speaking of server admins, seems I've spoken another one into existence, as we do have a Protect coming through on to the Spider-Man of all things. And it's going to be a Phoenix banned away by Padua Marvels there. So interesting focus coming out from both of these teams here. You know, they're taking out some key heroes, let's say. And they also shift their focus towards arguably some off picks into this one. So very interested to see how it all works out for them, as we will be jumping into the match now. So you can see Alameda focusing up onto the Strange there. Larko blocks. Maybe looking to play Spider-Man or Black Widow. There's, I don't know which one they're looking to go for there. But nonetheless, curiosity has been piqued here. And Definitely eager to see which way they are going to go for it. Padua Marbles is looking like they might actually go for an early portal play, trying to use the Spider-Man in combination with the Penny Parker here to get a kind of a pull into the mines there, so then they can get an early KO with the portal. But we'll see what they are going to be looking to do with it. So they've got a few more moments of preparation that they are going to have to lay into place here on the Celestial Codex. So, Celestial Husk should be a lot of fun, I reckon. Speaking of, it is now all or nothing. We are getting ready to roll, and let's roll into it. We've got the Invis team up as well, so should be good to use the Psionic Vortex on the Invis there, as well as Strange getting a bit of amplification on their Maelstrom Madness here, so eager to see what they are going to be able to do with that. Speaking of, though, it's going to be none other than Hyper joining the charge there on the thing, looking to see if they can barge in and do a lot of great work. But it's going to be Larko Block, the first one to kick off strong there, will be traded out by the SPLC Panthers, though, and we're going to see if they can continue the ebb and flow into another direction here, as they do manage to gain the control for the SPLC Panthers. So, solid beginnings, and they look to see if they can carry it forward into a smooth ending. But so far, so good on the Padua side, as they are starting to bring things back into proportion here. Mr. Yeet Turtle going to be going down there as well. So, good flip of the mission area coming out from the Padua Marvels side here. They're looking strong, and at least for their sake, it's going to be a nice sight of reprieve that the SPLC Panthers weren't really able to build up too much percentage at all. Although with the switch off into the Moon Knight here for the SPLC Panthers, even the Squirrel Girl for that matter, they can't make their mind up. But it's going to be interesting to see the unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami. But speaking of, it's the Invisible Boundary coming up first and foremost, so going to be good to at least take a bit of space with that one, potentially try and play a bit deeper. Ayabaga Moto going to be coming out as well. So, solid beginnings, cracking impact, and now going to be elevating them even closer, even further beyond. So they have locked down on a triple KO. Looking for perhaps another, but it just ain't happening. Not now, and maybe not ever. But unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami is pretty close by now for E4 here, so keen to see what they can do with it. Speaking of Padua Marvels, getting closer and closer. Ayabaga Moto coming up. It's going to be Spider-Man coming at you with the spectacular spin there. Double KO of that one, but SPLC Panthers still holding firm for the moment, still managing to squirm around, build up more and more percentage into their favor, but alas, their time has come and gone. But it's going to be a Source here just to aura farming there, trying to take the Strange on solo. Not going to happen, not today, so they will be forced into the retreat there, and eager to see what else they can do from here. But so far, so good on both sides of this one. It's been pretty close, pretty competitive here. And the percentage still going to be progressively pushing forward for the Padua Marvels side into this one. So, strong beginnings. Hyper already looking to barge in, lead the charge. Clobbering time off the rip here. Doesn't catch the Luna in it, surprisingly, but they are still going to do more where that came from. They've matched Strategist Ultimate for Ultimate there, and going to see if they can belt their way through a bit more. Well, yes, they can. It's going to be absolute carnage coming out from the SPLC Panthers here. Strategists putting in the work into this one and are now combining forces. So it will be a nice time to flip the mission area into their focus, and we'll see what else they are going to be able to do with it as they just take it slow, take it easy. In some ways, this could actually lead to being their undoing, because this allows Padua Marvels to basically run back to the mission area for free. You know, they don't get any resistance. SPLC Panthers are just looking to take on the next fight head on, so that's exactly what's going to happen here. Here we go. Spider Sweep coming at you now from the Penny Parker, and it does opt them to proc that Fate of Both Worlds there. So one less strategist to ultimate available now for the SPLC Panthers here, and very keen to see what they are going to be able to do going forward. So take it nice and slow. Penny Parker going down as well. Boundary popped and dropped there. Nicely done by SPLC Panthers. So they now look to progress their way towards taking this first point. But no, the OT is going to be good for the Portal. Portal combat with the Eye of Agamotto there. And it's going to be a clobbering time coming into the Squirrel Tsunami. Everything being popped here by SPLC Panthers just to ensure that they take that first mission area. So, Celestial Codex now captured. And we're moving on to open the vault. Strong start on both sides of this one. And very keen and curious to see what kind of strategies both rosters look to enact here. Like, do they go for a bit of Portal combat on the Padua Marvel side? Are they just going to continue to use the Doctor Strange as just more of a frontal vanguard into this one to just help them sustain through a lot of damage? I mean, they can work together pretty effectively with the Emma Frost there, one and the same. And speaking of Emma Frost, you know, they've got the wall up there that they can utilize thanks to the Lunar Snow team up in more recent times. So at least they have something to try and block the enemies off when they try and launch some escape here. But we'll see how things play out. Both teams now look to shift gears, getting out of their spawn points and heading straight towards their next mission area into this one. So, who will land the first blow? That's all going to be tested right here, right now. And speaking of right now, Larko Blocks is already looking to just build up that damage, brick by brick here. And there could be more where that came from in a second. Alameda doing the best they can. That guy Harry going to go down. So good start coming out from SPLC Panthers here. Maybe more to follow. Padua Marbles doing the best they can to react in time. They do have the Kraken impact, or maybe did. Maybe not anymore. But the trades are still favoring SPLC Panthers to an extent. But Padua Marbles may just have things a little bit differently here. Looking to force them off. And they will succeed. So now SPLC Panthers going to have to regroup and retake. See the E42Y there. Continual focus, you know, trying to see if they can run down some damage from a distance into this one. Try and really take advantage of their strengths here in order to try and isolate out those strategists. So, keen to see how that will all play out. Both teams have built up a pretty good economy over their ultimates as well. It wouldn't surprise me if it is going to be a battle of who kind of pulls the trigger first, like what Alameda just did there to try and set up multiple KOs. So getting that much worth and that much traction just off one ultimate is a pretty big result there. You know, it means they don't have to dive any deeper into their ultimate economy. They can just store it out off raw capacity at times, and it's really going to put them in a good position here, considering they're getting closer and closer towards that 50% mark into this one. So, pressure's on for SPLC Panthers now to try and deliver a convincing turnaround. But we'll see if they are going to be able to do just that. Boundary already coming up here. Big shout out to Sawsy on that one. And they will be able to catch the opposing Lunar Snow. Clobbering time coming up as well. Enables Hyper to work alongside their teammate Praise there. So, going to be huge work coming out from SPLC Panthers in order to really shift the momentum back into their favor. And it's all worked out for the better, for the best in some regards. So, very eager to see what else they are looking to achieve here. So they're still just taking it slow, taking it easy. Conceding a lot of space in the beginning here, but they're trying to see if they can take some space as well. Big bionic hook there. Isolates the opposing Bucky. Oh, that's a huge way to start off a fight here in the neutral. And they're already looking to run it even further back. So this is just building up stagger after stagger here for Padua Marbles. And the percentage is just going to continue to grow. Speaking of, oh my goodness, again, a huge bionic hook coming out from Praise there. And they deserve tons of praise after those big bionic hooks. That's turned the direction, the situation twice in a row now. So Padua Marbles, they have to be afraid. They have to be worried if they're getting caught out of fights like that. they really need to reconsider their position into this and how they want to approach it going forward. But speaking of, another big fight could be on the way. I mean, Purdue Marbles have literally 6 now. 5 ultimates, I suppose. They've already lost their Bucky and maybe more. Kraken Impact is just doing so much work here. Bionic Hook trying to isolate them out of the fight as well. Agamotto up front now scores Tsunami going at you too. So it's going to be a good catch onto the Cloak and Dagger there. Luna down as well. All going to be on to Invis on the Purdue Marvel side here. Mini Ninja with all the work to do. Does have Larko blocks available as well. But there's plenty of time for them to try and get on track with this one. Strange still available as well. So a portal could come through towards these last moments potentially. And there it is. So going to be right above the mission area. Agamotto coming out, Fate of both worlds on both sides. But the problem for the Panthers is that they doubled down on the strategist ultimates, which means now that Purdue Marbles actually have the advantage because they delayed their last activation there. So SPLC Panthers could be caught off guard. We'll see how they will try and adapt around it, though. Big damage again from Praise. Just earning praise over and over again. Triple KO coming at you onto the quad there. Big stuff on the SPLC Panthers side. Oh, looking for another one. Oh, I thought they'd get it. Well, there you go. Penta KO coming at you from Praise. They might even lay the Hexa. Oh, no. The timing works against them in that regard. That would have been a Hexa, though. That is guaranteed. So that's going to be a solid first map in this best of 3 endeavor here. And Kellamy impressed with some of the big plays we actually witnessed there. And, you know, this MVP is entirely unsurprising. Praise in name and nature. Did so much great work for them and theirs there. I'm sure their team will be happy for them, but job's not done yet. You still got at least one more map into this one, and very eager to see what else they are going to be able to do. But happy days indeed. Happy days. Speaking of happy days, everybody, while we get things set up for our second map, we are going to be heading to a quick break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back before you know it. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School Marble Rivals Term 1 competition here. Mattse coming at you once again, and we had a solid first map coming through there. Was really impressed with how SPLC Panthers composed themselves. Purdue Marbles as well. You know, they took some pretty good control there, and eager to see if they can flip the switch into our second map. You know, I think that there's a lot of potential for both these rosters. Speaking of the second map, though, looks like we are going to be heading towards it in just a second here, and it is actually going to be Idrisil Path. So, without further ado, everybody, let's see what both these teams can do as we jump straight into it right now. Here we go. Draft phase is underway, and let's see which team puts on a worthy display into this one. It's going to be a legendary battle, I'm certain, and immediately, again, it's just the same story with different words there. Angela going to be banned out. Iron Man again, so a bit of deja vu. I feel like I've seen this draft before in map 1, and again, Bucky on the protect there, so very much similar all the way through, but we'll see how things go. Heading forth into the next portion here, it is going to be Doctor Strange on to the Protect this time around, and let's see what else they can cook up out of this one. Lunar Snow actually going to be the next one on the chopping block. Wow. You don't see that ban every day, but today's your lucky day if you are a Lunar anti-fan, as there's going to be no Lunar on deck today. So, definitely didn't want to deal with the Lunar Snow strategist, you know, maybe thinking that that was the source of all their problems in terms of the alt economy there. But, going to be the Invis lockdown for the SPLC Panthers here, so they're going to be happy with that, and, Purdue Marvels. We'll be looking to bring you the Spider-Man Protect again, so definitely curious to see what the method to the madness is with that one, I suppose. But for the bare minimum, they do at least get the Hella band through. This does leave Phoenix opened. SPLC Panthers can ban it away themselves, or can opt to shift their focus entirely elsewhere, which is what they did at taking their focus onto Rocket. So, no BRB coming through, no CR, no worries, and let's see what they are going to be able to bring it to the fray here. Obviously, not having the Magneto available is a bit of a thorn in the side of SPLC Panthers, you know, because there's less solutions for them to deal with, not just Gambit, but especially the Cloak and Dagger there, because they have a lot of opportunity to try and stagger out the mission area. But we'll see how things play out as we're going to be jumping into this one right here, right now, everybody. Yggdrasil Path. That is going to be the way. The way to put on a good show today. And so keen to see exactly which way it's going to go. My goodness. That is a very large crosshair, I have to admit. I don't think I've ever seen one this big ever, so Keller be impressed with Juno's crosshair. And I'm sure there's going to be more where that came from. So we jump into the game right here, right now. Getting prepared for a potential solid defense here, or maybe something even further beyond, but won't happen till it happens, I suppose. Speaking of, good start, proposing the KO, Sawsy goes down, so already looking good for Larko blocks here, but they got to lock down, lock it in, and see if they can do more where that came from. Ooh, already trying to farm up the strategists, but they are going to be taken down by the Bionic Hook there. Praise. You know, they did such amazing work with that into the last map, so that's why I'm pretty impressed with how they kind of just let that through. Again, like, yes, I can understand the Angela being banned out, but considering what Praise has been able to do on this Bucky, it's just so unfortunate. Like, they managed to run them back into their own backline so their team could just shift focus and just really provide punishment onto opponents there. And it's a struggle to find any kind of solution because, you know, even if they wanted to try and escape, they're so deep behind enemy lines that it might not even matter. The KO just happens. It falls into place. We'll see if that is going to be the case. So for the rest of this half, I suppose, for the SPLC Panthers side, is they're running a really solid spawn hold at the moment. You know, no one's really been able to break past them in that typical 2-2-2 composition here. So really interested with what Purdue Marvels may be trying to cook up out of this one. Is just looking to take it slow and steady for the moment. They do have 2.5 minutes to try and make some movement at least. So I think there's good possibilities. Speaking of Psionic Seduction, they're all going to be locked in here. They've managed to entrap at least a couple of foes into the seducing rays, but they aren't going to be able to do much more with it today. We'll be forced back, at least for the moment. So, maybe a sense of reprieve for the Purdue Marvels side. We'll see if it is going to be all for naught, or whether there's more that meets the eye here, but all will be decided as we jump in into the fray once again. Akamoto up front, both sides utilizing it here. Purdue Marvels going to be the ones mostly taking advantage of this one. boundary coming off from that guy Harry as well. They're trying to utilize it to push the mission vehicle a little more, and I can kind of respect it, you know, especially considering the momentum, the aura coming out from SPLC Panthers earlier into the piece there. Definitely do not want to be dealing with that again, but looks like we are going to be on track, on deck right now. Padua Marbles going to take it slow, take it easy. See what else they can do here. Ooh, Squirrel Tsunami. Sawsy locking it in, and let's see if they can lock down some KOs there. Not going to happen. At least will destabilize the positioning of their opponents for a second here, but it's Rage and Royal Flush now. Looking to see if they can stack the deck onto this one. Take a bit of deeper control here as they now trade it out. It's going to be Rowdy, bringing you the Rage and Royal Flush of their own and flushing out the KOs alongside Praise. So solid beginnings coming through, and it does stop Padua Marbles right in their tracks here. They are not going to be able to push that mission vehicle one step further at all. So good beginnings coming out there.
You stop them in their tracks.
And it could be good ends as well in just a moment. Larko blocks. Ooh, looks to lock in, trying to get some damage through onto the opposing Invisible Woman there, but they're not able to do much with it. Forced to retreat immediately. Hyper bringing up the Sonic Seduction as well. So you have to worry about the Dark Child being activated there by Larko blocks as well. Going to be in a bit of trouble if they get caught out of this one. And it appears they may already be in uncharted waters. Uh-oh, and it is going to be a big Eye of Agamotto coming through. So good beginnings there, but it will be defense holding through. So SPLC Panthers having a huge run on our first series of the day, everybody. So looking forward to see what the conclusion of this one will be. You know, will Padua Marbles be able to bring it back, have an absolutely insane spawn hold of their own, or will they be looking to continue on and progress through? All will be tested coming at you in this matchup. Sawsy already looking to play the Punisher here. Definitely can provide a lot of potential for a team, you know, especially being able to shoot down shields pretty effectively there, let alone walls for that matter, depending on which hero you're playing. So curious to see how it will work out for Sawsy into this one. It could be a most difficult endeavor, but you don't know till you know, do you? And speaking of, it looks like we are going to be going for some cheeky early portal tech. Penny's just waiting patiently right then and there. Just ready to get themselves sorted into position and look to take it away from here. So let's see what they do right now. Portal tech coming at you, everybody. Let's go. Let's see how it will flow. And nobody going to be caught yet, but it at least does assist in trapping them within their spawn point for the moment. So going to be a great beginning coming out. Mr. Yeet Turtle already taking the front lines as well. They have lost a praise though, so that could be a bit of a problem unless they can find some KOs of their own, which I know they're certainly capable of. They've got that ability within them, and we'll see if they can do more with it as our players look to brawl it out on the mission vehicle right now, but the damage is favoring Juno, and SPLC Panthers here are going absolutely haywire. So love to see the quad KO from our Invisible Woman player there. Kind of reminding me of one of our pros named Fix with the amount of damage they're doing on that Invisible Woman. Huge stuff. And a big shout out to our Invisible Woman players out there doing absolutely stellar work. But the work's not done till it's done on this one, and SPLC Panthers are on the home stretch now. Let's see if they are going to be able to take it over the line as we do a Marbles. Looks to contest them at the last moment. Taking a ton of damage. Doctor Strange not in range of the heals there, so it'll be big trouble for our strategist lineup. Heartbreaker coming at you from Hyper as well, trying to nullify any hope of getting any ultimates up for the opposing side on Padua Marbles, and that's going to be that. It will be over and out on this map and on this series. SPLC Panthers take control, and we'll be rolling through. So great work coming at you from them, everybody. And I'm sure there's going to be more impressive work to come. Take a look at our MVP as well. You know, I talked a big game on Hyper, and they delivered in every single way. So, really solid stuff coming at you from Hyper and SPLC Panthers there. They did a great job. And I can't wait to see what else they are going to be able to do later on into the piece as well. As, yeah, so far so good. You know, they've had a great time with it. And I cannot wait to see more. Speaking of more, though, you can see some of the stat lines there. Really solid work coming out from our duelist players as well in particular, and our strategists. Just really putting in the hard yards today. So definitely love to see it. And hopefully there'll be more great plays to see momentarily as well, as we do have another series coming at you very shortly, everybody. I believe it's going to be SPLC taking on MKSC next up on deck. So while we get that one prepared, everybody, for broadcast, we're going to head to a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with you before you know it. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School Marvel Rivals Term 1. Going to be our high school competition coming at you right now, and very excited to see what is going to be in store here. Speaking of what's in store, everybody, we have another amazing series before us. It is going to be none other than SPLC Panthers. Again, you think they're gone? Now they're back. We get to see them all over again. They're going to be taking on MKC Bombers here. So, very excited to see what both of these rosters are going to be able to do. And speaking of what they're going to be able to do, they're going to be playing Krakoa as our first map in contention here. So, get excited for that. It's going to be domination to kick off. And, looks like we are going to be into the draft. Here we go. So, starting off strong, it's going to be a Bucky banned out immediately. Looks like MKC Bombers have done a bit of their homework on this one, so to speak, as they will be able to take away the Bucky immediately. Magic actually going to be banned out as well. Okay, so going to be a solid beginnings there. Could be, there you go. It's going to be Phoenix on the protect here, so pretty huge focus, honestly, on duelists. No strategist has been banned or even protected once, which is kind of insane to think about that. But speaking of, it's going to be Luna Snow banned out again. So MKC Bombers now looking to take that one away from SPLC Panthers. So it feels like they, most certainly have been doing their homework into this one. And Magneto going to be taken away as well here. Really curious, to be honest, on what MKC Bombers are going to be looking to do here, because I mean, seeing a Elsa Bloodstone protect is kind of huge. I'm very excited to see what the high school players will be able to kind of utilize with that, whether they can use it to its full potential, or whether there could be more where that came from. Speaking of, though, Mantis actually going to be protected by MKC Bombers as well, so keen to see what else they can come up with. Well, they've banned Invis, so really trying to rip away the strengths of SPLC Panthers here, and I love to see it. I think that there's a lot that they can do with this. Wow, and I'm very excited to see what else is coming. Well, Storm actually going to be banned out as well. Now, Storm is a bit of an underrated hero pick at the moment, I'd say. You know, not a lot of teams like to play into it at current, but I feel like in the right combination, it really does shine like ever so brightly, especially in a Storm/Moonlight type composition there. When other teams are running like a triple Vanguard setup, you can kind of just shred through them. So, not going to see anything of that sort today, but very excited to see who's going to be able to take control and really get the ball rolling early here. Thor being picked up by Juno is a really big beginning. And curious to see if they'll be looking to isolate some KOs with that one. Because, I mean, they don't have what you would normally potentially see combined around it, which is something like a Bucky, for example. So they really have to make do with what they got coming forward into this one. And let's see what else they are going to be doing right now. As preparations have now been laid, it's going to be a 3, 2, 1, and the gates are open. So, both teams looking to pace their way over to the mission area nice and quickly now. Will it be a Catco Lee breaking out for free and getting all the aura they need in order to get into KO City? Or will it be none other than Juno taking control into this one, or Mr. Yeet Turtle? Perhaps Chubby Frog getting it done here. All will be decided, all will be revealed in a moment's notice, and now it's going to be the mission area coming online. Oh, pretty good progression, honestly, coming out from SPLC Panthers here. They managed to build it up early, weren't able to flip it over the line to build up some percentage of their own into this one, so could be a bit of a struggle ahead of them. Speaking of, MKC Bombers already have found the KO on to the Jeff there, so solid beginnings coming out, and they will be able to take control of the mission area early, so good start coming out from them, and We'll see what else they are going to be able to do in a second, everybody. They look to take it slow, take it easy. I like how Yo-Yo-Yo-B here actually maintains a bit of distance from the fight as well. You know, not looking to stay hands-on into it. They can at least continue focus at a distance, but looks like the distance is going to lessen with the Hand of Khonshu coming out. Raging Royal Flush as well. Soul Resurgence going to be forced for MKC Bombers here to try and sustain through this fight. See if they can really continue to progress the mission area into their favor. But, uh-oh. Apex Predator coming out. It's going to be big KO potential now activated from MKC. Bombers onto this one. So, what a way to kick off here. Very, very impressed indeed. And can't wait to see how they will try and speed ahead of this next one. Because, wow. What a big change of events, I got to say. And I think there's going to be a bit more where that came from, if you ask me. So, get excited for that, everybody. And speaking of getting excited, let's see what else is going to be done right here, right now. As we take it slow. Oh, it's Jeff coming out. This is big. They've caught the Strange, but doesn't last long at all. So SPLC Panthers crumbling with immediate effect. It's going to be the Agamotto coming at you as well. Does at least enable one KO onto the Gambit there. And maybe could enable more where that came from. They are forcing MKC Bombers far away from the mission area right now, but they still contest for the longest time, managing to get it over to that 91% mark there. That's pretty impressive indeed, and at least for the SPLC Panthers side, they're going to be happy that they finally managed to get the flip through, because that percentage could have crawled dangerously close to the 100 mark there. But at least for now, looks like the MKC Bombers are not playing around. Straight into the portal combat there. Agamotto coming up front as well. They found the KO on a random child. They're now looking to further it with even more. Juno brought up the Eternal Bond. It's ran its course. It's still holding on for the minute, but they definitely will get caught as well. So now Raging Royal Flush coming at you from Rowdy into this one. We're going to see if they can get something else forward from it. Yo-Yo-Yo-B will not stay up. They will go down, and more will follow. So, big focus on those strategists there coming out from Praise here. Looking to show that they aren't just a Bucky or a TP. They are looking to do so much big work on the Phoenix too. So, very impressed with how deep their hero pool is building to be. And looks like they are going to be bringing out the Ensong Inferno as well. So, all the more value for additional damage into this one. Soul Resurgence coming out from Cheese the Noob as well. We'll be able to scoop up a KO onto Random Child there. Look to see if they can do more where that came from. And that they will. They find the opposing Strange. Continue to apply pressure to try and maintain distance here. So far, so good. 99% on OT now. So SPLC Panthers getting closer and closer here. Here we go. Time builds, and it will be first a point of contention. First a mission area under control from MKC Bombers. So, what a turn of events there. SPLC Panthers not looking so confident anymore. Speaking of confidence, can make or break a map, let alone a team, and very, very keen to see what else they are going to be looking to do into this one, as they've got all the more work to do, all the more value to seek here. And let's see if they can get the job done. They now look to take it slow, take it easy, but it ain't going to be breezy. There's going to be more where that came from. So, let's jump into it again, everybody. It's going to be another mission area online and ready to rumble. Don't tumble, don't stumble, and certainly don't fumble. It's time to go. Mission area going to hit the unlock in 20 seconds now. No portals early on into this one. They're just looking to take these fights head on. So, very excited for what else will be coming to fruition out of this, and what else they might be seeking to do. 5 seconds to go now. Sawsy, I like how they're already looking to get that early damage through, considering how close they are to Hand of Khonshu here. They desperately want to try and stop them in their tracks. Let's see if they are going to track well. Ooh, big carbon crush coming at you from Catco Lee there. Finds Mr. Yeet Turtle. So the KO setting the pace here. Setting the portion. It's going to be Psionic Seduction coming at you as well. So close to catching Praise in that one. Might be catching the Jeff instead, but no. It at least fulfills its use case there in forcing the opponent back as far as they possibly could. Panthers, or the SPLC Panthers, were doing a great job of just kiting around the ultimate. But they have been forced back to the previous choke point, so that's a bit problematic for SPLC Panthers here. They need to find a way to kind of push their way through, otherwise they're just going to be stuck in a bottleneck for so long here, and it's not what they want to be. But speaking of, it is going to be Apex Predator coming out alongside the Raging Royal Flush there. They will shut down Buzzling Boozer, so solid beginning. Trade coming at you on the Catco Lee as well. Praise. Definitely more praise to be earned. Ooh, that's a bit tough at the moment for MKC Bombers. Doubling down on the Strategist Ultimate. Sakamoto coming up as well. Looks like they are just pulling the trigger on so many ultimates right now. They're really committing to this fight here, and it does work out for the better in the end, as they will be able to continue holding strong on to the mission area. They're going to be heading closely towards that 70th percentile, so could be maybe looking to try and go for a bottle play here just to stall it out a while longer. But it looks like they are just going to be pushing into a raw fight now. So, still going to be a tough battle ahead, but not an impossible one here for SPLC Panthers. So, curious to see what they can do. You know, they looked so strong before, but now just isn't the time. Speaking of what is the time, though, it's going to be a praise time, as they look to absolutely farm their opponents. But MKC Bombers are doing a stellar job of just kiting around that damage. Like, sure, they catch 2 players off the final judgment there. Almost catch the Strange with the It's Jeff as well. But it just doesn't work out. So, going to be a tough battle forward. Chubby Frog now on the receiving end of the beginning of that battle, let's say. And, yeah, definitely looking rough there. But we'll see what else is going to be happening here, as the mission area did flip towards the SPLC Panthers nice and early, and they're already using the Hand of Khonshu to try and continually just take a space onto this one. But it's still just such a tough endeavor. Speaking of, Battle of the Strategists, all the way on the other side of the map, it would seem, but doesn't even matter. Cheese of the Noob going to be able to scoop it up, lock it in, and that is going to be MKC Bombers taking map number 1 there on Krakoa. My days, you know, after that map we saw just earlier with SPLC Panthers, the fact that MKC Bombers adapted around their draft and were able to carve a path like that is a sight to behold. You know, it's very impressive, the fact that they were able to pull themselves together like that. So, really impressed with what they've been able to do so far, and keen to see more where that came from, as this is only the beginning. So a solid start coming at you there, everybody. Best of 3 series again, just to remind you all. So, eager to see what the next map, or 2 maps, look like into this one. But while we get map 2 set up, everybody, we are going to be heading to a short break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back before you know it. Welcome back, everybody. It's Mattse coming back at you with the AEL High School Competition for Marvel Rivals Term 1 here. So very excited to get into Map 2 of our best of 3 series between SPLC Panthers and MKC Bombers here, as Map 2 is actually going to be Idrisil Path. So, locked and loaded for some convoy. Oh yeah. Looking forward to this, everybody. And without further ado, looks like our map is going to be straight into the draft. So here we go. And there it is. The draft looking very reminiscent of what we've seen prior. So humble beginnings and pushing all the way through to our potential end. But once again, Bucky, Magic, goodbye. And maybe more where that came from. Could see a protect through onto a Vanguard. Yep, there it is. Strange. So the focus towards that last second of point contention coming at you there. Going to be really full focus. Speaking of full focus, though, it's going to be Elsa. Getting the protect through there from MKC Bombers as well. And it will be Emma, of all things, banned out here. So, wow. Kind of impressed with that one. You know, obviously there are other options, but the way that Emma Frost is able to shred down some of their opponents is certainly a sight to behold. Speaking of, Mantis going to be copying the ban this time from the Panthers. So solid stuff from them. They will be able to get the Invis Protect as well. So definitely looking to establish deep focus around that invisible boundary there, as that's one of the best, or if not the best, strategist ultimate in the game right now, outside of the Rage Royal Flush coming at you from a Gambit. Speaking of those characters and ultimates in particular, curious to see if they change into Season 7, especially with the new characters on the horizon. But we'll see what those turn out to be in as time flows, I suppose. Speaking of time flowing, time is flowing away from Gambit, as they will be folded out. So, not going to be looking to play that one at all. It will be bye-bye and curtains for that hero. But we do see there's no Angela ban, so it is going to allow the Angela to get played by Praise here. Iron Man coming out from Hyper as well, maybe. So maybe there was a bit of method to the madness in terms of the Iron Man ban into the first series we saw today, where SPLC Panthers were playing as well. So, keen, curious to see how this next set of control goes. Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to bring to the table here.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Speaking of, we're already getting focused on the high ground right now. It looks like Catco Lee is trying to scout ahead, seeing if they can gather a bit more information prior to jumping straight into the fight here. You know, obviously on the attacking side, you got a little bit more flexibility to an extent. So, keen, curious to see how everyone will go right now, as Hyper is looking to lead that charge once again. The Ark's at the ready. And the moon might be haunting sooner than you think. But for now, still got to build up an absolute ton of percentage onto their ultimate in particular this time, and we'll see if they are going to be able to absolutely hold it down. Otherwise, they could be in a bit of deeper trouble. But speaking of, it's going to be already a solid beginnings coming out. MKC Bombers are managing to get the mission vehicle on the move with immediate effect, and SPLC Panthers doing what they can to stop them. Maybe looking to concede a little bit of ground so they can set the mission vehicle up for this choke point, because they're now looking to force them back as well. I mean, a hand of Khonshu kept them in the fight rather than pushing them out of it. So it's great to see that they really want this fight to go on the MKC Bombers side here. And very keen, very interested to see what else is going to be coming of this one, as no teams have any ults right now. So it's a battle of the neutrals for the moment. Some teams are close, though. MKC Bombers very, very close for that matter. And wouldn't surprise me. There it is. Sia coming up in response to the Squirrel Tsunami. Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami. Going to be a Squirrel Girl ultimate there, everybody. So a lot of fun coming through from that character in particular. And maybe more where that came from. Ooh, big cancellation. coming at ya. Going to absolutely shut down Catco Lee and Eternal Bond coming out from the SPLC Panthers here too. Agamotto up front. Oh, it's big. It's so big. As the Maelstrom will be able to shut down the Elsa and the Invis there. So, solid beginnings. The foundations have been laid here. We'll see if they can capitalize upon them. So they're already being stalled out once again, but I mean, them stalling the mission vehicle just means that their KO will be potentially stalled as well, but looks like today, not going to be seeing any of that. They're going to be A-OK. So, let's see what they can do. Praise is at the ready as well. Heaven's Retribution is now activatable. And they're pretty close to the Hand of Khonshu as well as that Squirrel Tsunami again. There it is. Khonshu trying to clear the space here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do it this time, but at least keeps them on their toes for a second. More ultimates potentially going to be used as well, but not going to happen this time around. So, pressure stays on the shoulders of the Angela there. Praise, Rowdy, and Juno. And the problem with this is that even if they activated one of their strategist ultimates, I mean, they've got Choppy Frog to worry about with the Meteor M there, who could absolutely annihilate them with just one click of a button. So definitely have to take all things into consideration here as to what we might be presented with. Still, going to be a solid work coming out from SPLC Panthers now. So they will be able to take control of that first objective. So, good start. But there's still more work to be done. And let's see if they can do exactly that into this next portion right now. So still taking it slow, taking it easy here. It's Jeff is available for Cheesy the Noob if they need it. But it doesn't look like they need much of anything when Buzzlin Boozer is hitting a Penta KO onwards to the Hexa for that matter. Hyper locking it down. So, going to be absolute work being put in by Buzzling Boozer here. Big shout out to them on the Hexa KO. Ooh, here we go again. Living Bullet going to be used there by Buzzling Boozer. Definitely great to enable, you know, some further pressure on the front side of things. But speaking of, Hand of Khonshu comes out there. Sawzy. One of the KO through, a couple at least broken out, but not enough that you need to worry about for that matter. And let's see what else is going to be happening here. They're getting pretty close, I'd say, especially towards that second objective, but kind of just stuck at a bit of a standstill right now, especially with so many team fights going on. It's a rough situation indeed, and we'll see what else they are going to be able to do once this one reaches its ultimate conclusion, as It's Jeff comes out right now, and they're looking to take them further and further away, picking up the Invis as two of their members already disappeared. It'll be a solid outcome for them. And Squirrel Girl randomly finding the rocket as well, so good things must happen if you go searching. Here we go, boundary coming up, coming at you once again. Gonna do more where that came from for that matter, but we'll see. Ooh, Agamotto coming up front, half ghostly. See you later as well. It's going to be Mr. Yeet Turtle doing exactly what they can here, trying their best to keep their team online to this one, but you can only do that so many times before you need a portal. But none will come yet. Because SPLC Panthers, they need to lock down, lock in if they want to push this mission vehicle right now. It kind of just feels like at this moment they're committing a lot, you know. They're really just trying to, I guess, do the best that they can. And to make sure to grab those ultimate activations. But speaking of, Agamotto up front from MKC Bombers here, desperately trying to shut them out, but it ain't going to be enough. They get the Eternal Bond out. They have the Squirrel Tsunami coming at you as well, and just really is so tough, but sometimes that's just what happens, I suppose. And here we go. 10 seconds to go here. Heaven's Retribution coming at ya. They actually catch Jeff in place. Cheese the Noob in big trouble. Has to try and scrub past this. Will not succeed. They're playing inside the invisible boundary as well. So that's just so much additional healing coming up for free here. So really great stuff coming at you right now. A solid beginning in the start there. And very curious to see how both teams will perform into the side switch onto this one, as there's more where that came from. Let's get it going. Here are selections looking to be locked down, locked in. Who's it gonna be? Well, it's gonna be Magneto Lord, gonna be Angela Lord, and it's gonna be a Strange Lord for a Catco Lee in this situation. So very excited to see how our players fare into this one. Very keen to see if the Lord icon does give them additional damage. No, I don't think that's going to ever be a thing, but it'd be very interesting if that was a thing. Regardless, we are going to be jumping in to the second half of this second map here. Best of 3, bear in mind though. So if we do see SPLC Panthers win this map, we will be running it the full distance, going all into this tournament. So curious to see what they are going to be looking to bring right now. She's the Noob, just going to be sticking it out on to the Cloak and Dagger into this one. So staying consistent to an extent, I suppose, bringing out the strategies that they've employed here. You know, they've got triple strategist, a couple of vanguards, and the single duelist. So curious to see how that all works out for them. But alas, time must go on. The clock must tick down, and we are ready to rumble. So be a solid beginning from Praise there already, shutting down Catco Lee and looking for more where that came from, but it ain't happening. Not gonna be all on its way this time. It's gonna be taking it slow, taking it easy. Big Assassin's charges coming up from Praise as well. You know, they're trying to isolate not just your duelists or strategists, they're trying to take out vanguards as well. They do not care who their target is meant to be here. They are just looking to go straight for the KOs this time around, and you know, by all means, it seems to be working to an extent. So, pretty solid result coming at you. See, I'm going to be online as well here. So, both teams may be looking to try and focus that one far, far away. Ooh, Agamotto activated up front there by Catco Lee. Not going to be able to do much of anything with it at the moment. So, that's going to be a bit of an issue, but speaking of, there's going to be more where that came from. Lamps coming at you from our Loki there. And keen to see what else is going to be on the way through here, as we have a 2 minutes 20 to try and hold it down under this one. And SPLC Panthers, I think they have the capabilities. You know, they have that latent potential in order to make that work. So very keen, very curious to see how the final stretch will fare, as SPLC Panthers now have the right recipe. And it's going to be the Moon Knight bringing out Khonshu there, trying to see if they can tear up a few of the enemies. Apex Predator coming at you as well. So great KO oscillation coming at you there from Buzzling Boozer, especially with the Apex Predator ultimate. So very, very good work coming through there. But there's still so much more work to be done. Speaking of, both teams now looking to prepare themselves to put in the hard work to decide who wins this fight. But not just this fight, it could be the game, it could be the series, if it goes one direction here. See what they can do. Big damage from afar once again. It's not enough to shut them down for the moment, so going to be a tough battle, but certainly one that could prove effective. Oh, here we go. Sia online. Going to force the Eternal Bond. And now Meteor trying their best to see if they can shut down Rowdy. Not going to happen. Big use of the shield there on the Magneto. Not going to be taking much damage at all. So, good start. And an even better ending. And it's going to be Eternal Bond coming online from Cheese the Noob there. Keeping their team in the fight a while longer. Praise is pretty close to their ultimate as well as Juno here. So, I mean, you could use one or the other or both if the situation permits it. So, very keen to see what they're going to be looking to do here. Ooh, Buzzling Boozer is hiding for the moment. Maybe looking to scope them out temporarily. There you go. Hyper, immediate elimination. So, really big stuff coming at you from one of our expert players here. And get to see what else they are going to be able to do as our players look to lock down. Apex Predator coming at you once again from Buzzling Boozer. Big damage on the front side of that, but it is immediately traded by Hyper. So keen to see what else they can do here. Heaven's Retribution coming at you all over again, this time with Force. And let's see what else they can do. Got a Mischief almost utilized there as well, but it's too little too late into this one. And the time is ticking. SPLC Panthers are kicking away. 1.91 meters is all they need. 1.51, and there you go. Not going to happen. MKC Bombers are nowhere near that thing. And it will be SPLC Panthers running it back to take a map of their own. So, what an unexpected turn of events, but I'm all here for it. This is going to be a very competitive series coming through. So big shout out to Praise and SPLC Panthers for that matter for running it back and getting the job done. So taking a look at the stat line in just a second. You can see exactly what made the recipe work. And Buzzling Boozer was making the recipe work very good for MKC Bombers. You know, I was very surprised Elsa was just kind of left open. Because SPLC Panthers, you know, they did pretty consistently well, I'd say. Across some parts of it, but keen to see what else is going to be on deck very, very soon, because with the SPLC Panthers side winning out that second map, it's going to be very exciting to see if they can run it to a third or whether could be something else entirely. So very keen to see what that all looks like in a second here, everybody. We are going to be heading to a quick break while we get that next map set up, though, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back before you know it. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School Marble Rivals Term 1 competition here. Mattse coming at you once again. We have our third and final map between SPLC Panthers and MKC Bombers here. And we've seen domination, we've seen convoy. We're now moving to convergence here. It's going to be symbiotic surface to kick things off into this final stretch. So, without further ado, let's get into the draft. And here we go. Bucky going to be the first band coming through there with immediate effect. Magic once again, so deja vu. Feel like I've been in this place before, and we certainly have. So, great start coming through for this one. Invis is going to be hitting the protect nice and early this time. That's kind of surprising. Elsa going to be on the protect as well here, so really good focus. The shift is interesting actually coming out there. Elsa being protected early is going to be really good for MKC Bombers. You know, we saw a lot of strength from them being able to utilize that Apex Predator. So very interested to see what they'll be able to do with it this time. And I like their shift of focus as well, banning out the Angela. Only going to strengthen them. You know, we saw what they were capable of to that last map for that matter. So really just trying to take some of the key pieces away. Speaking of, Gambit being enabled once again for MKC Bombers here. So we'll see how SPLC Panthers respond to that, as they can take the Gambit for their own should they choose to. But we'll see, I guess, how it all plays out here. You know, we'll see what they are going to be able to achieve with it all. Speaking of, selections now looking to be locked in. I can see the or Doctor Strange, for that matter, coming at you on the SPLC Panthers side. Going to be working alongside the Thing. Okay, especially interesting is if they're on their attacking side, I can see it working maybe, but on defense, maybe not so much. I guess that's why MKC Bombers have brought out the Strange/Emma Frost combination here. And on the other side around, going to be something entirely different. But no, it looks like Strange will be brought out with almost immediate effect there. So Hyper, or the Thing rather. The Thing are going to be utilized by Hyper there, and looking to see if they can keep things interesting. Pushing forth into this one now as both teams prepare themselves for battle once again. One last opportunity, one last battle to get down to business here, everybody, and it is going to be absolutely stellar. Time is ticking down until we have the mission area heading towards the unlock phase here, and it's going to be make or break onto this one. Both teams, all they need is one more map. All they need is that, and that will be their victory. Locked and loaded here. But we'll see what happens moving forward as... Ooh, big damage already coming at you from Buzzling Boozer there. Almost found the initial KO, but forced to kite around a little bit. They're taking a little bit too much punishment themselves here. So they have to take it easy for a second. But this could all change within a moment's notice, within a breath. And let's see what they can do. They're taking it slow for the moment. Good pressure from them. Trying their best to force them back as fast as they can here. If they play into the extended fight, it could prove quite problematic for that matter. But speaking of, it's going to be Eternal Bond coming online right now from Cheetah Noob there. They do also have the Invisible Boundary should they need to scoop that up. Doesn't look like they're going to need to scoop up anything at the moment, however, as it will just be lots of KOs coming at you for the MKC Bombers side of things there. So, very strong beginning. Let's see if they can carry that through all of the objectives here towards the end. So they look to take it easy. Take it slow once again right for this moment. And let's see what they can do. They are looking to push the mission vehicle as fast as they possibly can. So, good concede, I'd say, from the SPLC Panthers side there. You know, they are maintaining high ground, maintaining sight and course over the mission vehicle here. And it's going to be Agamotto coming up as well into the Raging Royal Flush. So 2 ults, 3 ults for the price of 2 now for that Mattse. And many KO to follow. So really good outcome coming at you there. MKC Bombers on an absolute tear. You know, they're pushing the mission vehicle on basically speed run right now. They've found Sawsy as well as Praise. So the full duelist lineup as well as my Mr. Yeet Turtle there on the Vanguard has done really amazing work. So keen to see more of where that's all going to head towards as we get closer and closer to that choke point once again. Looking to wait things out. A bit of a bait and switch, if you will. And we'll see if they can spill things forth right now. Ensong Inferno already bursting on the scene at the front there. Big damage to one of the strategists. Not going to be able to back it up with a KO, though. We'll find the Strange at a minimum. Boundary coming up, however, from the Invis. So it's going to be a battle of the boundaries here. Fate of Both Worlds coming up as well into the Psionic Seduction. Hello, goodbye. There could be way too much potential coming out of this one as they will continue to force the issue further and further beyond us. So big damage all the way around there. And it is going to be SPLC Panthers getting closer and closer to this next point of contention, this next objective for that matter. So keen, curious to see what they will do heading towards this next one right now. So they're taking it slow, taking it easy. And they're ready to rumble. So, still once again, a big damage coming out front here. You can see Cheesy the Noob, a big focus around their team. Eternal Bonds now enabling them into the fight for that matter. This is good timing from them, you know. Or both teams were kind of just sitting down, relaxing for the moment. And then they were the one that made a difference. So, really solid stuff coming at you from Cheesy the Noob in this one. Notice the deaths come out as well. And they do find a KO. Praise. Doing a lot of great work there. May actually help to find many more. Oh, not quite this time. But definitely looking so far so good. And we'll see what else is going to be on its way so far. Because we have just over 2 minutes available for SPLC Panthers here. We'll see if the MKC Bombers can stop them once again as the Raging Royal Flush is prepared to be activated, but not quite ready to activate yet. Oh, here we go. Apex Predator coming at you. Big catch onto the opposing Strange there. Wow! Even catching the hell into this one. Fate of Both Worlds now coming up as well in response from SPLC Panthers. They do double down, though, with the Seer. We're going to play around all this Calamity now with the Psionic Seduction. They've managed to get a couple of players sorted into their rays there, so going to be a bit troublesome getting into queue on that regard, but we'll see what else they are going to be able to do now. Just over a minute to go for MKC Bombers here, and the invisible boundary is certainly doing them no favors at all. Now looking to follow it up. They've realized only 60 seconds to go. Cheesy the Noob trying their best to play into the Eternal Bond in an aggressive way here. But they are still struggling, having a lot of trouble into this one. So keen, curious to see how it's going to work out. Agamotto up front there, locking them in place for Praise. And they will be able to get the KOs. So big work from Mr. Yeet Turtle there. Praise doing some solid stuff as well. So big shout out to them there for doing what they can. And now heading towards the 20-second mark here. We'll see what is going to make or break, for that matter, this battle. There you go. They are playing into the Cloak and Dagger team up there on the Ember Frost. So the more you know. The more we know right now is SPLC Panthers are in a deep amount of trouble. They've already been forced into an unfortunate corner, and they're now forced into OT as well. So, big ults being activated right here, right now. Hyper trying to catch them in their psionic seduction there, but it doesn't matter. No one has gotten any closer to the mission vehicle, and so that will be that. It only goes 1 capture points worth of distance there, with maybe a little bit extra to cover. So that is going to be interesting to see how that is all going to be panning out. But it's going to be last moment confirmations of your hero selections coming through into this one at the flip of the sides here. Very keen and curious what they are going to be looking to do for the rest of this endeavor, as both teams now look to lock it down, lock it in. One last time, one last dance onto this one. Will they be able to meet or exceed them? Will the opposing side's defense do even more? It's all on to this. So, not much time left available as well. We'll see what they are going to be able to achieve there. And I like the setup already coming out from our duelist players in particular. You know, they're willing to take a bit more forward space here. They're not going to be looking to fall back like what we saw from our penny player earlier into the piece there. So, curious to see how it plays in practice, as it will be tested right here, right now. So, here we go, everybody. All locked and loaded into the game, and let's see which team will take aim at a first mission area control. They will be looking to stroll ahead of this one, and catching the Phoenix is already a good start from MKC Bombers here. But if you don't know, how are you going to know? So, it's going to be Catco Lee just trying to take it easy for a second, see if they can get some more traction through onto this one. Unfortunately, not going to be their lucky day as yet on either side, as we maintain course into the neutral here. But I'd say MKC Bombers are doing a pretty good job of just forcing them back pretty consistently here. They have had to deal with the boundary as well, so that could be a little bit of an issue there. But we'll see what they will use to adapt around it. Is going to be Agamotto coming up front, also with the Fate of Both Worlds there. So, a good response coming through from SPLC Panthers here does enable them to not just take control of the mission area, but also further their own advancements. Ooh, yeah, there won't be a portal this time, unless they want to set up some kind of niche destination, then potentially, but we'll see how that is going to pan out here. As we have 5 minutes to work with so far on the SPLC Panthers side. Psionic Seduction already going to be locked and loaded too. And Song Inferno, big damage. Raging Royal Flush, trying to see if they can keep them online here. Uh-oh, Apex Predator coming at you as well. Trying their best to take out some of their opponents, but not going to be happening. It's going to be a quad KO coming at you from Buzzling Boozer into this one. So, amazing work coming through from our player this time around, and very eager to see what else they will be looking to cook up here, as majority of the team likely was pushed up, I'd say, for the moment. It looks like a portal, interesting, is coming through into this part of the map here. So, yeah, curious how, I guess they work things through on the timing of that one. I think that maybe they want to wait for something like OT, or maybe a little bit more push, so they have a bit more, I guess, counteraction available. But we'll see how things go, as we are going to be seeing the Spider Sweep come through from Catco Lee here. Potentially the Ensong Inferno, maybe the Fate of Both Worlds as well. So, see what does happen out of this one. They're still looking to take it easy. Mission vehicle on the move here, getting into the groove of it all, and to see where they can take it. They are looking to take it nice and slow, nice and easy into this one. On the MKC Bomber side, they do have the Invisible Boundary available. They've also got Eternal Bond. Maybe looking to match boundary for boundary. There you go. Agamotto up front. Oh, they actually stopped the Eternal Bond in its tracks. This is massive work coming through from SPLC Panthers just before the Eternal Bond could activate to play off the back of that invisible boundary there. They stop it immediately. What a huge ult cancellation coming through from SPLC Panthers here. This allows them so much freedom of movement. They have no strategist ultimates on MKC Bombers for now. They've got a Raging Royal Flush now, but that's still a rough way to begin things. We'll see if that might actually get activated for that matter in unison with our Apex Predator here, because I reckon that would be absolutely stellar, but you don't know what's going to happen till you know, and what I do know is that there's a solid hold taking place from the MKC Bombers side of things here, so really good beginnings happening for them, but we'll see if they are going to be able to carry things through to the end here. And here we go. Trying to get the mission vehicle on the move again. If you can make it happen, you gotta make it happen. So, let's see what's going to go down here, everybody. Apex Predator online, Eternal Bond as well. Now, Psionic Seduction going to be matched by Eye of Agamotto as well as the Spider Sweep there. It's going to be a huge triple down coming at you from Buzzling Boozer here. And we're going to see if they can get more where that came from. So take it slow, take it easy for the time being here. Sawsy does have Raging Royal Flush available. Maybe the team looking to communicate that that could be a last resort. But when will that be? That's going to be put to the test as well. So take it slow, take it easy. And now look to take a center stage into the fight, nullifying the Eye of Agamotto immediately. So they are going to have to try their best to adapt around their circumstances. Fate of both worlds now looking to really pump up the volume with the invisible boundary as well as the seer coming online as well into another boundary. So it's just the battle of the strategist ultimates at this point, and both teams have already traded out a player or two each. Apex Predator coming at you as well. Bustling Boozer, huge damage all over again. Wow, that was impressive stuff coming through from them, and there's more where that came from. I can't wait to see it. It is huge. Speaking of huge, let's see what other huge plays they can do. They only have just about 10 seconds or under to make this happen right now. So let's see if they are going to be able to get it done, because otherwise they're in big trouble, everybody. So let's see what else they are going to be able to achieve. Eye of Agamotto comes up front. Eternal Bond now in response as well, trying the best that they can to just keep things moving, keep things on the ground, so to speak. But we'll see what Emma Frost is going to do here. Here we go. Hyper looking to lock them into place here. Looking to see if they can build up just a little bit more charge into this one, but not meant to be. OT will be running its course right here, right now, and looking to see if they can crash their way through and do more than's ever been done before. But it's another Fate of Both Worlds coming at you with the invisible boundary there. Final Judgment, though. This could be exactly what they need. Praise is locked in with the Raging Royal Flush as well. It's just damage hell coming out here from Praise. They will find the opposing strategist, or two for that matter. Oh, it's a great time to be the Punisher onto this one. Apex Predator coming right around the back, but they get KO'd. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication coming through there. MKC Bombers succumbing to the pressure into this one. And let's see if they can bring it all the way back, as they have portaled onto the mission area. So doing the best they can, but already they're losing strategist after strategist. Everyone's going down here. It's looking really great for the SPLC Panthers right now, unless there's a last second contest. Nope, it's not gonna happen. It's locked down, locked in by SPLC Panthers. Amazing work coming through there. A 2-1 series. My goodness, what on earth have we just witnessed? Pure craziness. Speaking of, Mr. Yeet Turtle, going to be your MVP here today, everybody. So big shout out to Mr. Yeet Turtle for taking that one away. But this ain't going to be the last we've seen of him. I am certain of that. So, really solid result coming through out of that series there. Was really impressed with what both teams bring. You know, they took maps off one another. You don't see that every series. So really impressed with how they've managed to compose themselves and do the very best they can. Speaking of doing the best you can, though, everybody, we have another series on the way very, very soon. So we're just going to get all prepped up, good to go for that one. Don't go anywhere, though. We'll be back before you know it. So see you soon. Welcome back, everyone, to AEL High School Marvel Rivals Turn 1 competition here. Mattse coming at ya with yet another series on its way. It's going to be Purdue Marvels taking on Trinity Titans. So, another series, another story of devastation and destruction. Can't wait to take you on, or take you all through this one. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Speaking of, we have our map. It's none other than Burning T'Challa. Going to be domination to kick things off on this one, and very excited for what both these teams can do. We've seen some great stuff from Purdue Marvels and Trinity Titans here, so without further ado, let's get into it, everybody. And here we go. Map are going to be coming down right now. It's our bands on a deck here. Trinity Titans already starting off strong. So, Gambit will be folded away. And Rogue. Wow. Rogue actually going to be banned through after the Gambit was banned. That is really interesting. I don't know if they got confused that maybe Gambit was protected, so they were trying to prevent a team up, but my goodness. Rogue being banned through first is certainly something you don't see every day there. So, very curious to see what they're going to be looking to do with this. But in the meanwhile, we do have the Emma Frost protected for Trinity Titans here, as well as the Doctor Strange for Purdue Marvels now. So, looking to elevate the focus in that side of the field here and yield some deeper results. Speaking of, Elsa immediately banned away by Trinity Titans. So, definitely can respect them for, I guess, taking that one out of the fray here, and looking forward to what else they will be able to bring heading forth. Another Protect, though, is on its way, and wow, it's Iron Man on the Protect here for Purdue Marvels, so they really love their Iron Man, but they don't love Jeff. Jeff is immediately evacuated, and I don't blame them. You know, I guess there are some angles on this map when you can go for the off-map KOs, if you will, with the It's Jeff, so yeah, keen, curious to see what they're going to be able to do. But speaking of, it's going to be the Punisher, actually, on the Protect side of things here for the Trinity Titans, so looking good so far, I'd say. Looking pretty darn solid, but speaking of solid, we have Moon Knight banned away. Goodbye, farewell, and Hela will also be saying goodbye, so really big focus on the Trinity Titan side of things, just on almost solely the duelists as well as the strategists there. So, interesting to see how that one's progressed so far, and very excited, very keen to see what else will be making its way on through, making its way on up, as we have our characters now getting locked down. Whoopers 3 going to be looking to lock in the Emma Frost there. You can tell they've got a good amount of time on that character with the Lord icon. One of the same with Verixity on Doctor Strange. So, keen to see how things will be arranged into our first map of domination here as we get things underway. Bearing in mind, once again, this is a best of 3 series, everybody. As you can see by the little boxes at the top of your screens, it is going to be a, well, it's going to be a best of 3, but obviously, of course, it's going to be a first 2 captures on to domination here as well. So, keen to see how both teams will be able to set the scene into this one, and there you go. You can see Jakku with a very interesting and unique crosshair. I think I've said this before as well. It kind of looks like the Invisible Woman Psionic Vortex is one thing that I make it comparable to there. So, interesting crosshair coming at you from Jakku there, or Jakku, and keen to see what else they can do. As we jump into the fight right now, mission area unlocking in the next 8 or 7 seconds here, and keen to see what they can achieve going forward, as already Trinity Titans are just a big on the pressure, trying to force them as far back as possible, but the first KO actually goes to Purdue Marvels, so really good beginning coming through from them there. The heals are online in a big way as well, so big shout out to our strategists lineup here, slowly but surely. They will be looking to hold on, maybe force them back, but it is going to be Purdue Marvels getting it done in the end there. Not going to be able to contest the mission area at all into this one. So unfortunate. Now, does look like they are opting to change things up a little bit. They've got the... Wow. They've got the Strat Pool actually coming out there. Had to double check on that one. Hedgian are going to be playing Strat Pool alongside the Invisible Woman. So, really not every day you get to see Strat Pool brought into the mix here. And very excited for what they can do with it. You know, they've got a lot of good, a lot of good bits of potential that they can utilize out of that one. And speaking of, you know, the final exam going to be a big impact for them if they put it to good use. But speaking of, it's going to be Purdue Marbles putting everything to good use at the moment as they get KO after KO. You know, I thought the pieces would be falling into place for Trinity Titans. Yeah, they looked pretty solid in their composition, but unfortunately it just isn't enough to elevate their presence here. So Purdue Marbles just going to continue a solid push towards the next bit of percentage and maybe they're beyond here. So yeah, keen to see how things play out on this side of things already. Pretty solid damage across the top here, and we're going to see if they can flush things out for a little more perhaps as well. So far so good, but still more to be done, to say the least. Speaking of, here we go. Going to see the final exam coming through there, you would assume. Should be good. Invisible Poles, Cannon coming out as well. Meteor M trying to break him out of it. Eternal Bond now reaches its conclusion. Larko blocks are good for it. Finds Lovely there. Galactic Legend. Everything's coming down. Varixity with the Eye of Agamotto, though. Exactly what they need to clean up the space a little bit. And another Eye of Agamotto being activated. Doesn't get really much or anything. Perhaps due to the shielding there, we'll be able to yield some solid results. Boundary coming up as well from Lovely here. Dark Child going to be activated now for Purdue Marbles. We'll see if they can catch anyone with it. It's a time-sensitive, high-pressure situation here, and they need to lock down, to lock in. But speaking of locking in, Purdue Marbles are looking really good in terms of locking in right now. Already focused up around that opposing Star-Lord, trying the best they can to stop them, but it's all too little, too late. This one will be shutting the gate on it. So a really good start to the Imperial Institute of Science on Burnin' T'Challa. But we're moving on now. Stellar Spaceport and maybe Warrior Falls later if we're lucky. So very curious, very keen to see exactly which way this series is heading towards, because I think we got a good one on our hands here. You know, it's obviously already made a little bit of strides, a little bit of progress on our domination map, but bearing in mind there's minimum 1, maybe 2 more maps out of this, because we are on to a best of 3 as opposed to best of 1. So best of 3s could have minimum 2 maps, maximum 3 maps. So get keen for whatever comes next, and whatever the winner or loser of this map in particular will be looking to do at its conclusion. For now, though, we get back into action, everybody. Let's get down to business. And let's see what else they are going to be able to do right now. As they take it slow, take it easy. 20 seconds to the unlock here. Let's see what they can cook up out of this. Ooh, we could see something real fun out of this right now. Penny Parker on deck. Spider Sweeper. Exactly what they might need out of this one. So they're taking it slow. Taking it easy. Taking it breezy too, but not going to be what they need just yet. It is going to be the, wow, holy! It's going to be the mind combat out of that. Jakku going down immediately. So really big impact from our Penny Parker. You know, I wasn't fully expecting it, but hey, they get it done, and they get it done so well. So very excited to see more where that came from, and keen to see what else is going to be on the horizon as well. So take it slow for a second longer here. Whoopers doing the best they can to pressure their way in, but it may prove even more difficult if this continues on like this. Eternal Bond now coming out as well, and immediate nullification. They jump straight into the penny mines and get annihilated. Oh my, the KO potential of those mines is not a force to be reckoned with. Unless you have the right preparations in place, it just ain't happening. And right now, it's going to be a Scythicus as the server admin on that Penny right now. So really big impact, big stuff coming through from them. Wow, Kellerme impressed. That's all I'm saying. Kellerme exceptionally impressed with what they are bringing into these fights here. Let's see what else they are going to be able to do in a second, though. Here we go. Spider Sweeper coming at you. Eternal Bond online as well. Meteor M trying to shut down the Eternal Bond at a minimum. Oh, it gets blocked off. Big use of the shielding there. And we'll be able to yield big results. Horn of Proteus coming out from Hedgian as well, trying their best to isolate out some kind of KO. Not going to happen. Final Judgment comes out. Everything is online, but they're getting back-capped. Oh, this is big. Oh, they actually get stopped right at the last second. Oh, poor Jakku there. Oh, that was so unlucky. Portal coming through, but it's going to be too little too late. They're not able to get onto the mission area in time, and it will be Padua Marbles. Wow. Taking control of the mission area there. Stellar Spaceport is theirs, and that's going to be map 1 theirs too. So, huge beginning coming at you from Padua Marbles right now. Wow, oh wow. Alamede, your strange player, going to take away the MVP there as well. And whoo, they had some cold plays into that first map there on Bernard T'Challa. Some of those Agamottos were a sight to behold, to say the least. So very keen to see more where that came from, as that was a really great beginning. So both these teams are pumped up, are ready for action into this one. And I can't wait to see who's going to be our eventual victor. You know, we've got at least 1, maybe 2 more maps out of this best of 3 series here. So very excited for who's going to be able to take away the win out of this one. While we get our second map set up, though, everybody, we are going to be heading to a short break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back before you know it. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody, to AEL High School Competition Marvel Rivals Term 1 coming at you. It's Mattse on board here for our next map in this best of 3 series between Purdue Marbles and Trinity Titans. So, let's get down to business on this one. Let's get keen to see what it is. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's Eagle Path coming at you for Convoy on our second map in this series here. So, very excited for what these teams are going to be able to do, and they're ready. So let's get straight to it, everybody. Let the draft begin. And that it will. So, first banner coming out is going to be Magic. Oh my goodness. Magic going to be banned away. I guess they don't want to deal with the Dark Child Ultimate any longer, or let alone any of that KO potential that can come out of a diving duelist like that. Speaking of diving, we are not going to be seeing Rogue diving at all. Rogue is immediately banned away. But one thing that's open is Gambit. Gambit is open for business. And speaking of open for business, Strange going to be open for business as well. They've got that on the Protect there. So heavy focus around your Strange play here. Moon Knight. Ooh, okay, I see you. Looks like Moon Knight going to be breaking out of the fold here. Ready to see what stories will be told with it. As Moon Knight is definitely a high-impact duelist. But speaking of high-impact duelists, we will not be seeing the Bucky or the Emma for that matter. So, that's going to be unlucky, unfortunate then and there. But that's A-okay, they'll figure it out. They'll get their way through it. And let's see what else they are going to be able to achieve into this one. As we have another Iron Man on the Protect on this one. Okay, I see you. Iron Man on deck, everybody. Let's go. And let's see how this one will flow. As we move on up, it's going to be Invis on the Protect this time, looking to ensure they keep that invisible boundary online and available. The thing going to be banned away too, so I kind of like that because so many of them hovered over the thing, so it's going to be a big thing to take away. But speaking of taking away, at long last, one team will take Gambit, which is going to be Purdue Marbles there. They want to, I guess, bide their time with it, you know, and it goes to show they are playing the draft a little bit more strategically to an extent. Ooh, I can see Scythicus is thinking about the Penny Parker here. We did see a grand amount of potential from that on Bernard T'Challa alone. You know, they were able to set up some amazing early KOs there. So very interested if anything like that will be pushed forth on to our second map of this best of 3 series, as well as we're going to prepare ourselves for a battle once again into this one, and very excited, very keen to see what else they are going to be able to do as it all comes down to this. But let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going to be breaking in here as we have yet another setup, another convoy on deck right here. And let's see what they can do. Iron Man now looking to deal a lot of damage. I like this. They haven't really been spotted either, so being real cheeky. But they will be. Still holding firmly onto this one. Hedgian, good with the Moon Knight. But now looking to take it slow. And Iron Man actually enabled that initial KO there. So big shout out to that guy, Harry, for getting this one done. And Ark's coming out as well. But it's all going to be done and dusted. Hedgian does get it sorted there with backwards. So solid beginnings, and look to push this through towards even a greater ending. So we'll see what else they are going to be able to achieve here. Larko blocks are ready and waiting as well. Has arcs of their own to try and double up on the damage department, or maybe even do more than that. Hand of Khonshu is available. Hedgian pretty close to it as well. I like the kiting coming through from Largo blocks there. Not getting healed much, but they at least do get the Hand of Khonshu out. So both Moon Knights trading out KOs for now, but it is going to be Largo blocks finding the real value there, getting 2 instead of 1, much like Hedgian did there. And with those 2, they're still able to maintain course, maintain space over the mission vehicle like they are currently, where even if they do lose a player or 2, they're still holding firmly on to this defensive side right now. So really doing a great job on the defense on Yggdrasil path here for Padua Marbles. But we'll see what happens heading forward. It is going to be Eternal Bond coming out. They found that guy Harry as well. So solid KO coming through there. And it looks like Padua Marbles have doubled down into their strategist ultimates again. So looking a bit problematic, I'd say, to an extent. There you go, Hand of Khonshu going to be coming out as well. They've already found one of the strategists, so that's a bit of an issue. And we'll see if they can sustain through it without any other ultimates. Speaking of ultimates, Hand of Khonshu coming around the back here, not getting anybody. So that's unlucky. It does displace the Trinity Titan side for at least a second. But they're going to need more than a second. They might need a whole minute, for that matter. Heading towards the next portion. Penny Parker. Ooh, that could have been an isolated KO onto Scythicus there, but alas, they will be able to take it slow for a second longer here. Spider Sweepers could be online as well, so very excited for what that can do. Ooh, speaking of, here we go. Spider Sweeper activated. Agamotto on the front, though, trying to isolate the KO. Is not going to be able to do much with it. Maximum Pulse comes out. Good stuff from the Invincible Pulse Cannon, finding the opposing Magneto there. And they will be looking for more where that came from. Punisher in deep trouble. Does get pulled right back in by the Strange and Co there. So, unlucky. And it's going to force a reset all over again. Now, under the minute mark here, Padua Marbles are absolutely farming this one. Doing so much great work. And we'll see what else they will be able to achieve out of this one as they take it slow, take it easy. Oh, it's time. Us against the world. Eternal Bond online now going to be matched by the Invisible Boundary as well from Mini Ninja here. Let's see what else they are going to be able to achieve out of this one. Final Judgment on deck, ready to command respect. Meteor M, one and the same, ready to take aim and play this wonderful game. And they will be able to find at least one KO through, but they're traded back double down here, looking for more. Padua Marbles hit the floor. 0 seconds. They're playing for OT. Oh, Padua, they get the Eye of Akamoto, but no, they will not be able to push through it. The shielding just too prevalent here. And it's Trinity Titans now looking to run it back in OT. The mine's coming up as well. Luckily, their strategists have got a bit of focus there, trying to shut them down. No one's contesting. Oh, Scythicus gets on the mission vehicle just in time. Hand of Khonshu will enable it. And so the tail will reach another objective. Big stuff coming at you from Trinity Titans. Oh my goodness. You love what you see out of that one. Amazing work. But there's still more work to be done now because Trinity Titans building more time means Padua Marbles have much, much more work ahead of them. And it might be a little less in a second. You can see they're thinking about going for the Hand of Khonshu here, if required. They might not need it, however, considering how they're trading at the moment. Hedgian looking pretty solid. Eternal Binder can at least enable a lot more presence, so they'll be able to push straight towards that second choke point, kind of. You can see they're trying to focus down the backline as well, playing Cloak and Dagger there, and going to do more. Here's Hand of Khonshu, forcing them back. Good positioning there, almost on track for a potential triple KO into this one. See if they can get it done in the end. Ooh, big damage right around the back, but it will not result in the KO as yet. They've found the discipline to at least fall back for the moment. Hand of Khonshu coming up. It's an Eternal Bond now on the Padua Marble side of things. Just trying to enable them to hold the space a while longer. And that they will. Be sticking back for a second, trading the Moon Knights. It's the Battle of the Moon. Battle of Khonshu. But Largo Blocks wins that battle. See if they're going to win it all over again, though. Eternal Bond online from Verixity here. Invincible Pulse Cannon does actually catch them. Oh my goodness, what a trade coming out. Bagamoto locking down the strategists. The fallback line is going back to spawn. Magneto somehow sustaining through it, but they will be caught in the end. So, what solid positioning coming through from them there. You'll love to see it, and we'll see what else they are going to be able to do in a second here. 20 seconds is the magic number out of this one. Trinity Titans. Will they be able to do it? They're going for a portal. They have a shield up. Here we go. Final Judgment's at the ready. Spider Sweeper's coming out you as well. Bagamoto, Meteor M, everything else is coming out too. Jakku not able to get anybody. Khonshu is online on the mission vehicle, and it's looking superb. Everybody burns. And it will be a solid hold coming at you from Padua Marbles all over again. Oh my goodness. Such incredible work coming through from them there. Trinity Titans going to have a lot more pressure on their defense now that the sides are flipped here. So very interested to see how they will approach this one, because in this matchup, especially, Padua Marbles are looking so confident, looking like a whole new team almost. So very interested to see how things will play out for them. And, you know, the impact of the Iron Man has been, I guess, one of the things that's most surprised me. You know, I thought Iron Man might have had their time done and dusted, KO'd and gone, but no. They're back, and they're back with a fiery vengeance, especially with those invincible pulse cannons. My days, they are doing a great job.
Get ready.
It's been a great job, though. Let's get back on deck and see if we can have even more greatness shining its way through here. It's going to be one last push to see if Trinity Titans can hold it down, or whether they will be exceeded by Padua Marbles. It's all on this now. Turret's already out. I like this angle coming out from backward cow here. Looking to really push their way past them. See if they can blast their way in. Ooh, in a bit of trouble. They do get KO'd out by Mini Ninja here. 284. So, closing the door there. And going to open a new one towards the mission area. So they are taking all kinds of damage right now. Larko blocks slipping through. The odd KO or two here and there as well. It's been an issue for them, but we'll see what else they are going to be able to bring. As Padua Marbles, they find the opening and they absolutely capitalize. They will be able to find every Witcher. Blow the seek in there, and as they speak, we will see the retreat. So, going to allow pretty solid pathing coming through from Padua Marbles, as they have literally nobody to worry about at all. So they are going to be very happy with that. Speaking of, backward goes down, so now they're going to be a little bit staggered into the next fight here. It's the Iron Man trying to go for the Namor around the back. They will at least shift focus for a second towards the squids there. And it's going to allow their team a little bit more push forward. Bearing in mind, everybody, they have over 5 minutes to push towards the last final stretch here. So if they can bait out their opponent's ultis, like what just happened with the Eternal Bond on Verixity there, they should be in a good place. Oh, speaking of, it's going to be another hold bait. A maximum pulse, invincible pulse cannon, going to be immediately disengaged. Eternal Bond does come online with a big response from the invisible boundary there. Khonshu coming out as well. So allowing them to force the space here. Invisible boundary now from Padua Marbles. So they're really trying to force the issue, really trying to clean space here. But Trinity Titans are just doing such a good job to kind of keep them at a distance. You know, even if they're not directly touching the mission vehicle out of this one, they're still just forcing them back time and time again. So keen to see where that will go. Speaking of, you know, they've got a straggler on the mission vehicle in that Penny Parker right now. So they're probably saying, get out of here. And it will be succeeding in at least one capacity. But there's still going to be one last push, I would think, at a minimum. Maybe not. They've just lost their invis, and they're in big, big trouble because they keep getting staggered out. And as a result of the stagger, that is going to be that, everybody. 2-1. afforded to Purdue Marbles. So, that is going to be a GG. Well played. Series done and dusted in this best of 3. Purdue Marbles will take it away at 2-0 in their favor. So, what an impressive result coming at ya from them and theirs and Mini Ninja 284 in particular. Taking away the MVP on the Invis into that game. So, big impact from our Invis players. You know them, you love them, and definitely keen to see more amazing plays heading into the future as well. So I was very impressed with what our players were able to bring. And everybody, speaking of bringing, we are going to be bringing a lot of love towards each and every one of our sponsors. So a big shout out to AGON by AOC, the #1 gaming monitor brand in the world. AGON by AOC provide best-in-class monitor solutions for gaming and all other needs. But let's not forget, everybody, big shout out to HyperX and Officeworks. Power your game with the latest HyperX gear at Officeworks. Push performance to the limit with the latest in gaming tech. From high spec to precision gear, Officeworks has what you need. So, big shout out to HyperX and Officeworks there. And last but not least, let's not forget, everybody, Indomie, the noodle partner. Made with high quality flour and selected ingredients and spices, a plate of Indomie mee goreng will certainly brighten up your day. Try any one of the flavors available today from your local grocer or at indomie.com.au. And that's going to be our sponsors. So make sure you check them out. You know them, you love them. We appreciate all of their support. And speaking of support, if you want to check out more AEL action across our competitions, make sure you check out AU Esports League on all of our various social medias there, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, TikTok, we're on it. So make sure you check us all out, everybody. AU Esports League is where it is at. And a big shout out to each and every one of our teams for putting on an amazing show today. We definitely love to see some of the more competitive games, and it goes to show, you know, the competition really is heating up as that season progresses. So very excited to see more where that came from heading into those future games there. But speaking of future games, this has been me, Mattse, signing off for today's games. A big shout out to the teams once again. They did a great job, and we'll be seeing you same time, same place next weekend with more AEL High School Competition action for Marvel Rivals in Term 1 here. So you don't want to miss it. We hope to see you there. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you.